Today, he took the most important step of his life. He gave up his position, his career, his status. This isn't a story about beautiful courtship and bouquets of roses. It's a story about choice, about that one step that only a truly loving person is capable of, a step into the abyss, blindly, with nothing but faith in the heart of another. His name was Mateo, a successful, young, ambitious top manager at a major IT company. A Harvard graduate, winner of prestigious awards, his name regularly appeared in Forbes. His world was built of glass, steel, and high-speed internet. A penthouse with a panoramic view of the city, an expensive watch, a schedule planned down to the minute 6 months in advance. His life was a perfect, polished project. Her name was Grace. She worked in a small coffee shop near the train station, where he once popped between trains for a double espresso. She wasn't like the women in his circle. Her work uniform, the paint under her nails instead of a perfect manicure, and her eyes. They held a smile, an incredible warmth, and a deep, hidden sadness. She drew small, funny pictures on cups for her clients. It was this drawing, a funny cat in a top hat, that caught his attention that first time. He began stopping by the train station again and again, finding new excuses. On the way to the airport, the meeting got rescheduled. I just needed a good coffee. Then he started stopping by casually. They talked about everything. The old books she collected, vinyl records, the smell of rain and the first snow. He learned that her dream was to become a children's book illustrator, but she had neither the time nor the money for classes, that she was caring for her ailing mother alone, and her world had been confined for years to the walls of a coffee shop and a small apartment on the outskirts of town. Her father left the family when Grace was a child, and from then on she had achieved everything on her own. His world, so vast and glittering, suddenly seemed empty and soulless compared to a single cup of coffee made by her hands, and a sincere laugh that sounded so rare yet was precious to him. He realized he would trade all his first-class flights for one evening spent with her in the kitchen, talking until the early hours. But the fairy tale quickly collided with harsh reality. His family, his colleagues, his circle, no one understood. "She's not right for you," his father said coldly. "Are you crazy? A career? Or some waitress?" his friends wondered. "Mateo, she'll destroy everything you've built. It's just a passing fancy, amid the stress," his mentor tried to reason with him. A dizzying future awaited him. A vice president position in the London office, the dream of any careerist. The day of the farewell corporate party arrived. He stood on the roof of a skyscraper, a glass of expensive champagne in hand, looking at the city lights and didn't see them. He saw only her eyes. He saw her, trying to hide her tears when he told her yesterday he was leaving. He heard her quietly say, "I'll miss our conversations." And at that very moment, as everyone congratulated him on his new appointment, he realized with absolute clarity that his only true purpose was to be by her side. The next morning, he committed the most shocking act of his life. He walked into his boss's office and resigned from his position, from everything. From the career he had built over the years, from the $1 million contracts, from the bonuses, from his status. He left the office with a single cardboard box in his hands, containing his past, brilliant and yet so empty life. He didn't go to her right away. First, he rented a modest studio apartment in her neighbourhood, bought a basic phone, sold his expensive watch, and found work teaching programming courses. He organised his new, tiny but real world. And only then, with carefully concealed excitement, did he come to that very coffee shop. He told her, "Everything I had before doesn't matter anymore. Now I only have me, my 2 hands, my head, and my heart. And I want to give all of this to you if you let me." Grace cried. She couldn't believe someone could choose her. Not a choice between going to a movie or a restaurant, but a lifelong choice. A choice that turns everything upside down and takes your breath away. Their life didn't instantly become perfect. There were no yachts or palaces. There was a rented one-room apartment, working until late at night, saving on everything, and endlessly caring for her mother. The first months were the hardest. Mateo was adjusting to life without a personal driver and chef. Grace was learning to trust and not feel guilty for his sacrifice. They argued over trivial things, made up at night, and their love was forged in these everyday difficulties, growing only stronger. It was Mateo who found information about a competition for young illustrators online and persuaded Grace to submit her work. He stayed up all night helping her prepare the application and her work. He took on some of the responsibilities of caring for her mother so that Grace had time to be creative. Time passed. Grace's talent was recognised. She won the competition. Her illustrations for her first children's book became incredibly popular. Mateo, finally experiencing a taste of real life, not forced upon him, came up with the idea for his own startup, a simple and humane app to help small, heartfelt cafes like the one where they met. He found investors who believed not in his big name, but in his sparkling eyes and genuine passion. Now they have their own small but successful business, a bright studio where Grace draws her new books, and a happy, bustling family. They have twins growing up. He never looks back at that man in the expensive suit, because true love isn't about what you lose, it's about what you gain. He left everything for her, and gained everything that truly mattered: himself, love, family, a life that belonged only to them.